All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to System Shock Radio. Did you miss me? Because I know I definitely missed you. So, of course, as always, I am your host, Nigel. And today, hey, first things first, right off the bat, today's episode is not going to be a very long episode. Of course, as some of you who are familiar with System Shock Radio know by now, I don't like to go long. 30 minutes is usually where I cap off my episodes. Normally, my episodes don't even come close to like 30 minutes. They barely, a lot of them barely scratch 20, but 30 minutes is where I decided I'll cut it off there. But this episode in particular is not going to be a very long episode. It's going to be relatively short. I'm just going to talk for a little bit, and then I'll let you guys be on your way. So, basically, this episode is going to be an introduction to some. If you're new to System Shock Radio, welcome. A reintroduction to many, as I haven't done an episode in a while. The last one was on Valentine's Day, so a few months ago. And this episode is basically going to be where I've been, what's been going on, and what's new for System Shock Radio that I have coming up. So, first things first, why have I been gone? Where have I been? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to be straight up. I'm going to tell the truth for all of you. And I'm going to be transparent with you all as to what's been going on, because I feel that as the host of System Shock Radio, as the creator of System Shock Radio, and with you all, a lovely viewing audience who have been faithful and consistent with viewing, and I feel that I owe you guys at least some type of explanation as to where I've been. So, basically, to put it shortly, first things first was school. I was wrapping up the semester, and I wanted to focus on schooling and my schoolwork. And of course, being a college student, you gotta devote a lot of time to getting schoolwork and everything done. And especially when you're an upperclassman, the workload starts to increase. So I want to focus on that. But also, I had been feeling some level of burnout. Now, burnout is something that I'm sure a lot of you guys have felt. I've definitely felt. It's something that happens to most, if not all of us, when we have something that we created. And basically, it's where you're trying to keep going with something, and you're trying to push forward, push through, but it puts a wear and tear on you. But it may put a wear on you physically, mentally, emotionally, and sometimes you just crash and just need a little break. And that's why I took a little bit of hiatus, a little bit of break from System Shock Radio, to recover, recuperate, and to get the ball rolling again. And with those two things, I took a break. I was gone for a little bit. I was still active on social media, still communicating with everyone, but as for System Shock Radio, and even some of my other pages that I run here on Facebook, I wasn't really doing, but I am back, and we are back in full effect. So, what is going to be happening on System Shock Radio? So, we got a few things. Of course, we got the normal episodes here that are going to be like, so me just talking about topics. Now, for those of you who are new to System Shock Radio and never seen an episode before, basically I talk about a variety of topics, and ranging from social issues, nerd stuff, what's going on in the world, what's going on in my life, some stories from my life, and we basically talk about that stuff, and sharing that stuff is pretty fun for me, and I imagine it'll be fun and interesting for you guys. I used to, keep you guys up to date, informed, and my perspective on things that are going on. I feel like in this world that we live in, you gotta have some type of like connection to what's going on, and be somewhat aware of what's going on to some degree. And so that's what I want to do with my platform, and we do that through these topics to kind of shoot off the hip, talk about. Now, of course, in many situations, I have to talk about, do some digging, but it's mainly just me talking and me relaying information and giving my opinions on what's going on. And also, of course, like I said, we talk about different social topics, things that are going on. We also talk about nerd stuff. Nerd stuff is pretty cool, and I'm a big nerd. I'm a huge nerd, and like to talk about nerd stuff like video games, comic books, movies, stuff like that. Wrestling, I love wrestling as well. But also from time to time, what we do is a study. So I've studied a few like cases, I guess, like it has like the Michael Jackson allegations, the R. Kelly allegations, and the Bill Cosby allegations into sexual assault, rape, and everything like that. And only because I find it interesting. I'm sure you guys will as well. Oh, and it's interesting to look back on and talk about history. Is something that's always fascinated me. And going back and looking into it, finding out stuff I didn't know about it before is pretty interesting, in my opinion. So we talked about that, and we've had some guests on here, and we will have many more, or hopefully in the future for System Shock Radio, some returning guests, some brand new faces, and we want to get them on System Shock Radio. So pretty excited for that, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for System Shock Radio, and for everything else that I'm doing here on Facebook. Of course, for those of you who are part of the Rated N page, that's my inspirational page. I give like little inspirational like words or messages, pretty much to get you started with the day, the week, or even sometimes wrapping up the day, and that is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Stay tuned for posts from that. Poetry with Nigel Dixie, where I write poetry. I post poetry that others have written that I find pretty interesting. And, of course, poetry is something that fascinates me. And I even have a segment that I haven't done in a while that will be returning, called Nigel Dixie's Tales from the Labyrinth, where I read some of my poems out loud. So that will be returning this Saturday at 11 p.m. And so that's gonna do it. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for giving me some of your time. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, react, share, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys later. Peace.